Queen Elizabeth is officially under medical supervision at her summer retreat in northern Scotland. Her immediate family are all either at or travelling to the Balmoral estate to be by her side. The 96-year-old monarch pulled out of a virtual meeting with senior ministers on Wednesday, the day after appointing a new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, in her most recent public appearance. So we can now cross live to our correspondent Catherine Drew, who's at Buckingham Palace for us. And Catherine, this does seem a rather significant announcement. What more do we know at this stage?
Yes, Matt, it does indeed. Well, in the past hour or so, 7 members of the royal household have travelled on military jet to Aberdeen to be with the family in Balmoral. We understand that Prince Charles, his wife Camilla and Princess Anne are already at Balmoral, but Prince William and Prince Harry, other members, Prince Edward, the Queen's son, other members of the royal household have arrived. We understand that does not include Harry's wife Meghan, to be with the family as we get this news that the Queen is under medical supervision. Obviously, some people have gathered here at Buckingham Palace. As you can see, terrible rain at the moment here. But, yeah, we are getting that news that the family have arrived and are gathering, indeed, at the Balmoral estate.
Yeah, and that news coming in early afternoon UK time, as you were saying. What's been the reaction since then?
Yeah, there's been reaction, of course, from around the world, with many wishing the monarch well. Liz Truss saying the thought and the prayers of the whole country were with the Queen and her family. Liz Truss, let's remember, had met the Queen only on Tuesday when she said goodbye to the outgoing British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and there was the kissing of hand ceremony with incoming Prime Minister Liz Truss. Keir Starmer saying that he was very concerned, the leader of the Labour Party, and also Justin Welby, who is the Archbishop of Canterbury, the most senior cleric in the Church of England. The Queen, of course, being the head of the Church of England, saying that he was deeply concerned and that his thoughts and prayers would be with the Queen and her family. So, of course, people very concerned up and down the country. And we have actually been talking to a few people over near Buckingham Palace. People just, I don't think... There may be a few people who've come on hearing the news. Most people seem to be just passing. Of course, it is a major tourist attraction, but rather a sombre mood here at Buckingham Palace. And we do know that there had been due to be a changing of the guard tomorrow morning, Friday morning. That has now been cancelled. So events up in Balmoral obviously having an impact here in Buckingham Palace.
As you mentioned, Catherine, the Queen busy this week, appointing the new Prime Minister, just 2 days ago, showing that she has been keeping busy, even if she has had less official duties in recent weeks and months.
That's right. We have heard in the past few weeks and months, as you said, that she had been suffering with mobility issues, and that's why the new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, had to go to Balmoral, as did Boris Johnson, for that kissing of hands ceremony, because they wanted to have some certainty about that, and they weren't sure if she would be able to travel. So making the fact that they would have that at Balmoral just lent it that certainty. But certainly we've been hearing, and of course we've been seeing how Prince Charles, other members of the royal family, Prince William, have been stepping up to take the place of the Queen at very important state functions and also at more fun functions as well. So we have been seeing that over the past few years. And as you said recently, weeks and months, hearing about the Queen's mobility issues, which have restricted her somewhat.
She is, of course, a head of state, Catherine. She's also a mum. She's also a grandma and a great-grandma. This will be a very private family moment, won't it, at Balmoral?
It will. A very sombre moment for the royal family. Obviously, the monarch being 96 and having some health concerns. People have been talking about the handover of power, and Prince Charles, who's been waiting in the wings, heir apparent for many, many years. But this will be, first and foremost, a family event, as all families do, gathering together when a loved one, particularly when they're elderly, is ill. So that's why we're seeing this family gathering at Balmoral. I should say we're not expecting any updates on her health. Buckingham Palace not going to provide sort of a running commentary, so we will be waiting and watching and obviously bringing that to you here from Buckingham Palace and elsewhere.
Of course. Let's think about the year she's had as well. As I say, giving up some of those official duties, but of course it's been a very busy year generally, and a celebration, just a couple of months ago with the Platinum Jubilee, Catherine.
That's right. I was chatting with people and they were mentioning the Jubilee. I think that will be foremost in many people's minds. It was a whole summer of celebrations for her 70 years on the throne. Perhaps most memorable was the flyby, the red arrows along the Mall, and the Queen was out on the palace, just behind me on the balcony at Buckingham Palace with senior members of the royal family. And that was a whole series of events up and down the country. A couple of those events that she had been scheduled to attend, she pulled out of, and Prince Charles took her place. But I think many people have very happy memories, and yes, we have seen her out and about until recently.
And Catherine, we're just seeing live pictures at the moment at Balmoral, where a few cars just driving through the front gates there. Let's speak about Balmoral and the estate. How significant is it for the Queen that she's there and for the family?
Well, she is known to love the Balmoral estate and to enjoy spending her times there. And as I just mentioned, 70 years on the throne. She's had plenty of years to enjoy times there, times when her family were younger, when her children were younger. She's a keen sportswoman. She loves her horses. She loves shooting. She loves the outdoor life. So I think she will have very many happy memories of Balmoral. And it is a place of great fondness for the family. It also allows them a lot of privacy, of course, because it is a very large estate, sort of in central Scotland, in Aberdeenshire there. So she is very fond of Balmoral Castle, and yes, as the family gather there, I'm sure they will remember very many happy times.